What's going on, and welcome to Black Kings Free Game. Once again, we're back, and we're back with the man that keeps Midway intact, baby, Mayor Clancy. Midway in the building. Look, y'all, I'm from backwoods, so y'all don't understand. This is where I grew up, and this guy here is leading the pack. Mr. Mayor, the reason I invited you here, seriously, is because I wanted to get the people to know who you are a lot better.
Okay.
One thing I like to see is activity. You've been active, sir. You've been active. And Midway appreciates that. The Midway Day Festival, each time, you guys, I get to say, hey, y'all better come on here, bring your $3 so you can dunk the mayor in the dunk tank. Look, and he's there for me to do it. And I believe one year he was about to do it, but then somebody else stepped in. I kind of got upset because I wanted him to get up there. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
How are you today, sir?
I'm fine.
How was your week?
The week started off slow because, as you know, it was a holiday. It was a holiday. So that kind of made me fall back. And as you know, I am a truck driver. And it gets a little busy and it slows down. But this week, for some reason, it's all the way on top.
Okay.
So the loads are plentiful. And I rise early in the morning. I get up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, go do my work, and I get back to my city.
Okay, so you're not necessarily over the road. You kind of work locally?
Right.
Okay.
Professional truck driver. I'm not going to say I'm a truck driver. Professional truck driver for the last 33 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And when I became mayor, I stepped back. Even when I was on council, I was an over-the-road driver, but I always scheduled my days because I had my own trucks.
Okay.
So I could go and come as I please. And like second and fourth Monday, I wouldn't even take a load. I would just stay in the city because I know I got an obligation to meet.
Right. Okay.
So with driving, right? Is it more peaceful, man? Because look. If I loved driving, which I don't. I'd rather fly anywhere I go. But being in a truck, I know you're in there by yourself. It gives you time to really think. Do you see that as being an advantage of being a mayor? Because you got time to sit back without nobody in your face.
I'll tell you this. I get more calls from the city than a dispatcher. So
Wow.
After I get off the phone, I have time to think about it. And I don't give an answer right then, especially if it's an answer that I tell them, let me think about it, and I get back with them. Especially if it's a constituent.
Right.
Yes.
Other than that, if it's somebody from City Hall, I go ahead and let them know what to do. It's working out.
Where are you originally from? Are you originally from
Midway, Georgia.
Midway. Born and raised.
Born and raised, baby.
That's what's up, man.
Yes. So, go ahead.
You go, King.
Okay. How was it growing up in Midway, Georgia? Go on, tell them about it.
For me,
yes.
I grew up around family, so it was good. It's, no other place to be but Midway.
Yes.
And I had, I won't call them neighbors, because we had lived a road mile away from each other. But had friends across the street, across the road, I would say. And I enjoyed it. I was raised by my mom and dad, and when they was at work, my grandmother kept me. And again, family was right there.
Okay.
Look, that's when it was that village raises a child, man.
Right.
Like the connection with people, man. We got to get that back.
Right.
We got to get that back, and that's one of the reasons why I just had to have you on, because of your connection with people. And with you growing up with that whole family structure, and then even being able for your grandma to watch you, that just creates more unity and bonding within the family.
Yes.
because I know Grandma used to brag, "That's my baby right there."
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that makes people feel good.
Yeah.
So, were anybody farmers? Anybody used to do a garden?
Oh man, my mom and dad started gardening, and when they got out of it, hey, I was good.
Oh,
I didn't have to shell no peas. I didn't have to go in that garden at all, right? But the downfall was my aunts and uncle. They were still doing gardening. So here come them big gallon bags of peas. You got to sit there and shell them.
Oh, man.
I'm like, oh. So really, but what I can say, we never wanted for nothing
yeah.
because everybody shared.
Right.
Yes. My mother told me that everybody shared, but when I was growing up, I saw that too, because my mother has a green thumb. My dad was he was a city guy.
Okay.
Okay, he was.
Where did he grow up?
He was originally born in Millen, but then he moved to Savannah, Chatham County.
Okay.
So he had the country, but when he went to the city, he is now a city guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So my mother taught my father how to farm and about how to do a garden, because she has an absolutely wonderful green thumb.
Okay.
Back then they had organizations like the Buttercup Garden Club.
Okay.
This is where ladies would go and they would talk about flowers. Nowadays they don't have nothing like that. I ain't talking about no flower. When I'm supposed to be, I'm a boss. You know what I'm saying? It won't be no Buttercup Garden Club back then. But they used to have those clubs because it was something positive that they were doing together. And it was a bonding time for them. And just being real, man, they were, I believe, one of the only black Buttercup Garden Clubs. So whenever they would go to these events, I remember a little boy going to Savannah, the Hyatt on River Street, the real nice one. They would use those rooms, and my mother and I remember Gavari Lewis. No, it was Miss Frazier, and a lot more ladies from the community, man. When they competed in those organizations, they were up against other people that weren't coming from an all-black Buttercup Garden Club. So they used to have specific ways they had to put their plants out so they wouldn't even get to see them. Sometimes they wouldn't be in front of their plant, and they were winning awards, baby. You hear me? I mean, my mother would take care of them flowers, and I used to be out there terrorizing them. We had this pencil plant. Oh man, I used to be killing it. I used to buy swords, sticks. I'd be out there acting like I'm fighting it. Don't be laughing at me, bro. I grew up as an only child.
Right.
Okay. So
you had to have fun somewhere.
What? I was out there beating that. Stop hitting on my bush, boy. Yes, ma'am. But next day, I'm back out there.
Right.
But sharing, people would drop off collard greens, corn, and if my dad's gardening didn't do so well, and they'd be like, "Oh, well, your corn ain't sweet." Somebody else would bring them. But the cabbages, oh, my dad used to grow some cabbages, man.
Okay.
I'm talking about big heads of cabbage, man. I'm talking about beautiful. I'm talking about picture perfect cabbage.
Damn.
Now that he could do.
Yeah.
For real. Apple trees, not so much. He used to talk to it. But do you remember how fresh that food was back then?
Yes. And another thing I can tell you, my dad had, this is country.
Yes,
hog
sir.
pens.
Yes.
Okay.
And man, I would hate when those hogs get out.
You going to get them.
You got to go catch them.
Now, are they fast?
Oh, are they?
Yeah, what you thought it was? City boy?
I ain't never had to chase a hog.
Oh man, the pigs and all that. When it's time to kill it, hey, everybody eat.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody get a piece of the meat. So, and it wasn't no fast growing.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah.
feed it. When it get time to harvest it, that's when it's time.
Wow.
And ain't no rushing.
Did y'all have like chickens too, or?
Chickens.
Okay. So y'all was eating off the land, like
Right.
for real.
Yes.
Okay.
Hold on, Mayor. I don't know if you're trying to be funny because
No, I'm being for real because look, I could
Did y'all
respect
have
that.
chicken, son?
I could respect that because I grew up in Brooklyn.
Okay.
So if it didn't say USDA on it, I didn't know nothing about it. You know. So I mean, when I came to the South, it was a culture shock for me. You know, but I liked it. You know, and I grew to appreciate it. I don't have a green thumb. I've tried.
Right.
And I literally grew a watermelon out of a pot before though.
Really?
So I guess I could do a little something.
No, not if you had a watermelon in the pot. No, it was just one watermelon.
It was one.
That's not how that works. Go on and tell us, man. That's not how that works.
No.
Look, you gotta have a vine. Your vine's supposed to be laying out
gotta be
flat,
running.
reaching.
was
You talking about
running.
you had one watermelon.
One watermelon
He
grew.
barely made it. That was a
was a
preemie.
knock.
Yeah.
That's about the size of it too.
I bet that watermelon came to Earth like, hey man, what in the world is going on? Man, got me in a pot.
Straight pot, man. We made it work though.
Okay, all right. Well, congratulations on your pot melon. That's what we're gonna call it, a pot melon. But yeah, when you were out there shelling those peas, it was more of a connectivity to the earth also. So when you're out there in the mud, you know you can't do it in a pot. Yeah, we were in the mud.
That sounds real.
It was real. But I'll tell you one thing, it was good. Man, if you've never had a fresh squash. Oh,
I grew squash out the pot too.
like I was saying, Mr. Mayor, if you've never had, he talking about one squash, one melon, like that squash is in there taking up all the nutrients in that pot. He like, I'm gonna make it. Look.
And I was growing it, and I was like, man, how they survive off this one fruit like this?
Ain't no way. Nah, it was we had a lot on
Right.
one. Yeah,
Right.
They're supposed to flourish out, but because of, when you can find something, it's like a goldfish.
Right.
Goldfish is as big as this tank is going to allow it
Right.
to get. You know,
I got you.
But growing up in the South, I know that you got some stories. You got any particular? Did you have siblings?
I grew up as the only child.
Oh, that's
what's up, man? Hold on, I gotta get my pound in. That's right.
We all got a pound.
You were
I
only
grew up
child.
only child.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
I didn't get my first sibling until I was in the military. That's when my first sister was born.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, man. So I grew up only child for real.
Now I have siblings, but let me tell you how it works.
Okay.
My mom, her daughter lived with her grandmother, which was on the father's side, and my dad, his daughter was with his ex-girlfriend.
Got you.
So it was actually just me.
Right.
So that's why I'm saying I grew up as the only child.
No, I get it.
Okay.
I get it.
And
get
I had first cousins, we were just like brothers.
There you go.
Exactly.
There you go.
That's how it went.
Now, which one of them times you got your first cousins in trouble by snitching on them?
Let me tell you. We was all in the yard playing, right? And one of my cousins, the jackhound,
Yeah, the
Jack up a car or something? Yeah.
I got that hound, right? I said, man, if I hit you, wonder if you'll bleed.
No.
Oh, that sounds like a kid line too, boy.
And he said, I don't know, let's see.
Oh,
No.
wow. Oh, hell
And
no.
I hit him in the head.
What? And he stood there for that?
And back then, we didn't go to doctors.
No.
So he ran to his mom, God bless her, did, and she went on the side of the house with some spider web, and she packed that that cut.
With literal spider webs?
Yes.
Never heard of that.
And it healed that cut.
Really?
Not that same day now.
Right,
but
right.
Yeah.
And that's how they did it.
Wow. You see all these home remedies we got down here?
That's a first.
That's
I never
living
heard
on
of that.
nature. No, well, I've heard of them using spider webs for different things, but but to put in a cut, I can understand it because I think it's silica that comes
silk.
out. Yeah,
Silk.
it's like a silica they call it. But if it's silk, man, we gonna be balling because we got spiders. Right? Don't be killing my spiders, then, man.
Okay. And I'll tell you this: my dad kept telling me. They called me Junior because I'm named after my father. He said, stop jumping off that porch. I kept jumping off the porch. And I jumped and I stepped on a nail. Didn't go to the doctor. They got a piece of fat back with a penny, and they put that penny in that fat back and wrapped it. And that was it.
And it healed.
Wow.
It healed it.
That's crazy.
Diola says heals wounds and honey. They used to use honey too, I guess, apparently.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the honey. I never heard of the spider webs.
Yeah.
When you said the fat back and a penny
Yep.
for
A punctured wound.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
It pulled. They said it pulled out the poison against the nail.
Right.
Hey.
Probably the copper.
That's what they said. The
from
copper.
penny.
Look, they just said it
Yeah,
too. Pulls
yeah.
out the toxic out the heel and with the copper penny.
Wow.
And now think about that, man. Those were your alchemists, man.
Right.
We
right.
were master alchemists, and probably without even knowing, because I don't believe, and I'm not just being, this guy that's trying to be a bigot, but I'm just saying, a lot of those things was passed down all the way from Africa or wherever we originated from.
Yeah.
Those of how to use the earth, because in those days where we didn't have access to money.
Yeah.
That means if you don't have access to money, you don't have access to any type of health care. You can't just call up a doctor. You had to go call on Big Ma or whoever was the doctor they so-called in the village that would remember all of those things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And nowadays, if we get a cut, boy, look, they taking their kids to the hospital immediately. It's not no, come here, baby. It ain't off, so we can fix this. I remember a time somebody told me that they had to sew up somebody with cat guts. They used the intestines from cats. No, I'm telling you. They said because it dissolves, right? Once it dissolves, the stitches aren't there. It just,
So that was the original dissolvable stitch.
I believe
suture.
so. I believe so.
Wow.
Yep, and the Geechee Gullah folks, and Ms. Diola just said it, the Geechee Gullah, they have a lot of remedies. I mean, even the watermelon rind, he was trying to eat watermelon rind. He knows what that helps. It helps with blood flow, guys. The watermelon rind is the secret.
Yeah.
You understand? Watermelon rind have you strong and you be, what that song say? Stand up in it.
Yeah, I could drink to that.
Watermelon rinds. So it's a lot of home remedies out there, and just by you growing up and knowing about gardening, we got to start instituting that more and more. You know how bad I want to garden right now? So serious.
Really?
I've been talking about it for the last 2 months, real heavy, and I want it because I'm ready to start eating vegetables where I know where it comes from.
Oh yeah.
My mother's growing kale.
Okay.
She gave me a belly kale and I made it, and I mean, you taste the earthiness in the kale,
Right.
and it makes you feel like, oh, I know what I'm putting in my body. And I mean, it just makes a difference, man, because if you don't understand how to start getting your body healthy, especially when we get up in age,
Yeah,
that's when you start appreciating stuff.
that's true.
Yeah.
So real. So what about you, Mr. Mayor? You think, do you have a garden now?
Well, we didn't do one this year, but me and my dad, we normally get in the backyard and do maybe like 3 or 4 rows of okra.
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff like
Okay.
Yeah. Now, okra is not grown in a pot. Okay, you got to put that in the ground. You might bear more in a pot with okra, but you need to put that in the ground too, King Boston.
I done grew a lot of stuff out of pot now.
Yeah, but how many you would get? You what
won't
kind
get
of
much.
meal?
We won't get much.
He running like, well, everybody gonna taste my squash.
Everybody, we gonna split this squash.
We
We
go.
gonna split this one.
You get one, you get one, ain't but one squash. I don't know why it's growing like that, but if y'all do plant some okra, holla at your boy. I just want to
He's a little under the weather. That's why we didn't do it.
do it yet. Okay.
Is that something that you grow in the warmer months or cooler months?
Well, I don't know, but I follow my dad.
I gotcha.
Normally we do it like on what they call it, Good Friday.
Okay.
That's when you normally do your planting.
So that's like spring-ish.
Yeah, coming into the spring,
Okay.
and that's mostly when most farmers do their planting.
Gotcha.
And a lot of them used to go back and look at the almanac.
The almanac, yes. My mother's been looking for one.
Stuff like that.
They don't have almanacs like
Yeah, I
we
ain't
used
heard
to.
about almanac in years.
Look, that my mother
That old
rolls off
school.
the
Yeah,
almanac.
yeah,
I told her, Mama, you're not gonna find one no more. You gotta look online.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't want that online, Mark. I want the book.
They probably got an app for the almanac. It
Yeah.
wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, but
Tell you what else. When we used to get our tooth pulled, they have to look in the almanac. For some reason, they tell you when you can pull your tooth and when you can't.
wow. Oh, I kind of vaguely remember that.
Yeah.
Don't
Never
pull
heard
the
of that.
tooth on this moon. I think it was
Right.
exactly
Yeah,
what you
exactly.
said. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ms. Diola, we thank you for coming. Everybody, if you would go to YouTube, and I want you to type in Black Kings Free Game, Black Kings Free Game, and subscribe. Remember, we're going to be giving out prizes here in a few weeks, and we're going to be having Black Kings After Dark. And we're going to have Black Queens and Kings After Dark. So it's going to be a conversation that you don't want to miss. Now, Ms. Diola said something very, very interesting to me, Mr. Mayor. And I know you know about some spots where maybe it can happen. Not nothing in stone. But how do you feel about a community garden?
Yeah, that would work. Where can we put a community garden?
Yeah.
Midway got a lot of land.
Yeah, and you also have some folks, maybe even some of our older community that would be willing to,
Maybe donate. some
donate
land,
and also work it.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
And that community garden would be great for the public. Thank you, Ms. Diola.
Matter of fact, I knew of a gentleman,
Ashe.
Eugene. I forget Eugene's last name, but he had a community garden off of Leroy Crawford. Yeah, and I think that it would be worth getting with him about that, because that's Leroy Crawford's kind of in Midway, right? Or is that Fleming?
Unincorporated.
Unincorporated. Okay, okay. But I know it was somewhere
Yeah.
going off of, that 196 extension. I don't know if it's still there.
Part
But
of it have a Midway address, area code, and some of it have a Fleming.
gotcha. But most of that's unincorporated
Yeah.
Liberty County. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And shouts out to Ms. Diola. She has Cacamille, and I know I said that wrong, but don't you get on to me. But it's Cacamille, and she has all of those things, the remedies in her shop.
Right.
She has this fire, I want to say fire water, but it's not fire water. But it's got that heat to it, that cayenne and a mixture of natural ingredients. And I'm talking about, you feel amazing. You feel the energy.
Right.
And I don't think just off one, oh, now I'm healed. No.
Nah.
She'll give you a bottle. Well, she won't give it to you. I got to pay for it.
Yeah.
But she'll give you the supplements that you can take. And, man, I'm telling you, within about 3-4 days, you'll start feeling your body changing, especially your energy, the way that you intake food, everything. So we want to give shouts out to her. It's called Fire Cider Tonic.
And Cacamille's located downtown Hinesville.
Yes.
Next to, I believe it's next to Parrot Frog.
Yes.
I'm not
Downtown, yep. Next to Parafraud. That's right there beside Bradwell Park, where we have some of those events there in Hinesville. But with some of these remedies, you brought back so many memories, man. For real. Y'all remember that pink calamine lotion?
Oh, man.
Yeah, we still got that on deck.
Listen, I'm allergic to poison ivy, poison oak. I can walk beside it, man, and it just jump on me. I just had it last week.
Oh, wow.
And I went down to the pharmacy, Coastal Pharmacy. I said, man, what did you have other than calamine lotion? And he gave me this, what's it called? Something poison something. What? Man, it seemed like it sprayed it.
Yeah.
I had to go to the VA and get a shot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it started clearing up. But man, when I see poison ivy, poison oak, I run.
Because I think they got a clear calamine, but I don't trust it. I don't trust that.
It, but it cakes up on you, and you can do your arm like that, and it's a film come off on.
Nah, you got to go with the pink
Yeah,
calamine.
you got to have the pink on. That you just gonna have breast cancer
That's
awareness
it.
all
That's
the
it.
time. That's all that is. Because that's when we were so close to nature, y'all.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I'm really missing that. And you see little stuff of us coming back towards that way now.
Yeah.
And everybody's trying to depend less on these pharmaceuticals, and I don't blame them.
Yeah, but the game is so deep now, man. Because even when you start talking about growing your own, I mean, these big chemical companies, they've monopolized everything. I mean, literally down to the seed.
Right.
You know, so it's like, are you getting the right thing that that you want to grow, or is this something that's been grown in a lab?
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it's tough nowadays.
Well, see, you thinking that way because you grow your stuff in a pot. See,
I'm thinking that way because I'm in the pest control industry and I deal with these chemical companies. And I see their reach.
Look,
it's $1 billion conglomerate.
Well, what's the name of the weed killer?
Roundup.
Roundup.
Yeah.
Did you know that Roundup, the company that owns Roundup, also owns the heart medicine?
Really?
Yes. Now, the reason they created Roundup, and you guys don't have to quote me on this. This is just my own personal opinion of Roundup, but they created that to kill the weeds, which dandelions, things like that. Did you know that the dandelion root, if you boil the root, it's the best thing to strengthen your heart valves, your insides, and they created a chemical for people to spray it and kill it.
Yeah.
Now, if that's not marketing or being market savvy,
Right.
I don't know what it is.
I mean, it's crazy. Some of the same chemicals that I purchase, pesticides, they make pharmaceuticals.
Yes.
Go figure.
Yeah.
Yes. So nature is what they're trying to mimic.
Yeah.
When our healing is right there. I'm sorry to get off that, Mr. Mayor.
you're good.
Yeah. Let's get it on midway.
Another thing, and then we get to midway. The dog fennel that you see out, it's a green bush. It's called a dog fennel.
Yes, dog fennel.
If you get stung by a bee or wasp, that's what we used to get. Just rub on it, swelling, dying ticks. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Mr. Elder said that also tobacco.
Yeah,
They used to do that for wasp stings. Did you
Really?
hear about? You never knew about that?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think I heard that before.
Yes, and I can verify that because I remember somebody putting nasty tobacco on me, and I really didn't even like that adult like that.
You still
I'm like,
remember that?
Oh my God, do I? Because I was like, don't do that.
Right.
But they did, and believe it or not, it really,
It worked.
yeah, it did. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it was the evil spit or if it was tobacco, but it did work. Now,
You know, that's just the balance in nature, and we could leave it alone. But nature has what you need.
Yes.
You know, that's how we've lived all these millions of years.
Exactly.
it's facts. Mr. Mayor, what are some of the things right now that you're looking forward to that's going to happen in Midway?
Okay. On the east end, we have 2 truck stops coming. We have a P&J Fuel, and it's gonna be right next to the McDonald's, that big field out there.
Yes.
And it's gonna have eateries in it.
Nice.
And on the other side of 95, it's going to be a Love's truck stop.
Oh, okay, I love.
Okay.
Yeah.
Free game, everybody. Listen up.
Yeah.
And that gets a lot of truckers off the interstate and off the get on ramp and exit ramp.
Yeah.
Because, as you know, we can only drive 12 hours.
Right.
But you'll be amazed of how much people don't want those truck stops to come.
And that's crazy because, like, I could recall driving times and I would see the 18-wheelers on the side of the road.
Yes.
I thought they were broke down. I didn't realize they had to pull over, and they was just limited to the amount of truck stops.
Drive time.
I drove 12 hours, but it's 11 hours.
11
You
hours.
can only drive, and you got to have a 10-hour break.
Right.
Yeah.
So these guys or gals, they need a place
Yes.
safe
To rest.
to rest.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, where the J&P's coming, but the truck stop is coming first. It's a hotel supposed to follow.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're looking at this, and when you say the people are upset about that, I think sometimes it's some of the older folks thinking that they're about to pass this land on to their children. And if you guys aren't looking at your children and understanding that a lot of these children are about to dip, they're too attached to technology and fun. You know what I'm saying? And the ones that are sticking with their folks, I understand it, but we got to understand we need growth.
Yeah.
All right, nobody's about to just put you out of your spot there, but growth in business is great. Yeah. Growth in business. Now, there's some things that's going on right now that I could talk on, but I'm not going to speak on that right now as far as it is. I think you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Because we do have 3,000 acres that's going to be gone pretty here soon, and I am concerned about the people.
Yeah.
Mr. Mayor, I'm concerned about the people. I'm going to talk about it. It's on my heart, Mr. Mayor.
All right.
3,000 acres were bought up on Bill Carter Road. On Bill Carter Road, we have some of our descendants that are still living there. And these are folks that still, even to this day, live by the old way. That means caring, compassion, and community. Now, when these other homes come in, I get it, people need a place to live, but we need to have something in place for their taxes. We need to have something in place for them to not be taken advantage of or pushed out.
Right.
Because there's a lot of history on that road. And I'm very concerned about that. Because, man, I love our older people, our older generations, because they taught me, man. Some of those folks got on to me at the right times, and it changed that trajectory in my life. And I don't think they need to be overlooked. And also, there's a lot of rich history in that area. And I'm going to be real, it's a lot of black rich history in that area. And I don't want that area to become to where they forget about what the community is about. I do welcome new faces. I welcome new families, but I don't welcome people that think that they're going to be better than the folks that they're passing by. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's something that is on my heart, Mr. Mayor. And I know that there's a lot of situations that's already too far along, but if whoever's doing it has compassion for the community also, I could see it being some type of recompense to help the community. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And I'm going to say this.
Yes, sir.
And how they get into that property like that, they go and they say it's going to be affordable houses. But
yes.
Affordable to who?
Yes.
Yes. You can't tell me $400,000 is affordable.
No.
Right.
Nope.
Right.
That's
Nope.
and that's how they.
That's what they do. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Well, I do have to say this. Some of these folks that are doing it, you know, you guys, we're close. You're my friends. All right. But this is something that we need to bring to the table because some things were overlooked on that. And I think it took a lot of people off guard because they never expected it. Because on that piece of land, and I will say this publicly, I was on that land 2-3 years ago. And when I would call that company to find out about it, never had any information. Oh, this land is not really for sale. It's just a sign. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm a realtor. I would like to get that information. Because believe it or not, we had backing in order to get that, because I envisioned a beautiful community of affordable houses. I even envisioned seeing some of those folks that's in those houses with their land now, in some of those houses, with giving them a life estate. Well, goodness, I'm a realtor, y'all forgive me, but basically they could live in that house up until their passing. Right.
Okay.
And then that house is given back to the community, and their land that they originally lived on is still there, just to give them that luxury. You get what I'm saying? So that's some of the things that I was wanting to see in that area. Even shops, a little community where we can go and enjoy, so we can bring that unity back, that structure back. So yes, Mr. Mayor, I was very concerned when I heard about what happened with that, but now I'm just concerned about making things that need to be right.
Right. Well, a guy came to me, a contractor, and he wanted the city of Midway to annex that property, which I told him, I said, we can't do it because the county have the water, and the county not going to turn over their water to Midway. It's not going to happen. So I called my city engineer, and he told him it's basically the same thing. So what are their plans now? I'm thinking they was going to get with the county, and because they need sewer and they need water, and they have the water. So what they need is sewer. And he had this one company that was going to build a sewer plant there, close by.
Oh, wow.
But in order for them to get it, they would have to turn over the water, but that's not going to happen. Because you know the old saying, who have the water got the power.
Right.
Well, just letting them know there's a natural aquifer right here. So it's all about planning. You know what I'm saying? Because I would have loved for that to be, a property that we can just build upon for the community. That would have been an awesome community garden. like seriously, not the whole, thing, but an area for it.
Right. And then again, like ancestors, I don't know who owned the property.
Yes.
Nothing. But I know they probably passed on by now. And that land got away because the kids did not go and do the right thing. They didn't pay the taxes.
Pay the taxes.
Or either they seen somebody come and say, "I'll give you $500,000."
Something light.
They're not used to money,
right?
And they think that's a good deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it out from under them, but
and the people see the value in that land.
Right.
For them to want to double down and install or build a sewer, however you do it,
right,
that says a lot.
Oh yeah.
Because that's not a cheap feat.
No.
At all. And when our kids move, see, they'll get up in age and then they'll be like, well, I want to go back home. All this stuff right here. And that's when they start realizing. It's like, oh, dang.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah.
And then they have to go into that regret. But the people that have vision and they know what's about to happen, they're already on top of that, man.
Yeah.
And that's something that I know is missing in our community is the education on these things.
Right.
Like we don't have time to really think about the future because everybody's thinking about right now, especially in our community. I'm not gonna lie, because at times before I'm in the position I am now, all I thought about was now. And it was like, if I'm not making it now, how I'm going to make it in the future? And at the same time, it just made me impatient, Mr. Mayor.
Right.
And now I'm like, dang, they got a leg up on us because all that property that we gave away for literally nothing.
Yeah.
Like, how do you get 3,000 acres in the middle of Midway? And I know somebody, it had to be bought up some type of way, and I know it wasn't bought originally for the price that they sold it for.
Oh no.
So I need us to really combine. We need to have more meetings. Representative Al Williams, every first Saturday, he has a meeting up there at Midway Congregational Church. Every first Saturday, I believe at 8 a.m.
Yes.
Yep.
So shouts out to Representative Al Williams. I mean, over 12 years of service and still going strong.
Right.
So if you guys want to get involved with the community, we need to look there also. And Mr. Mayor, you have an open door policy, correct?
Open door.
Look, if you see Mr. Mayor or you want to talk to Mr. Mayor, you know where the new building is, and it's nice too.
Nice building.
The nice one. Right there by what's the name of the creek?
K Creek?
K Creek.
Yeah.
That's right. Right beside K Creek. Right when you turn in there, look for the police cars. That's where he at.
Charlie Butler Road, 41
So,
Charlie Butler.
Mr. Mayor, what drove you to even get into politics?
Yeah.
Okay. It was 2006. I had an aunt, late aunt, Magdalene Clancy. I went over, I visited her one day, and she was into politics. Well, she already retired, and she used to be council lady, and she was the mayor of Midway.
Okay.
Wow.
Anyway, she said, Junior, I said, yeah, Auntie. She said, you need to think about running for council. I said, I said, all right. And before I left, I said, you gonna help me out? She said, sure. We're gonna go politicking and campaigning and all this. I said, all right. I went back home. I told the family. They said, okay. And what I didn't know is she was gonna come to me every afternoon. I got in off that truck or whatever I got in, and we lived maybe football field from each other.
Okay.
And I'll cut the truck off and just roll in the house, roll in the yard. And, hey, as soon as I get in, that phone rings. She said, you ready?
He ready.
Yeah, I'm ready, Auntie. Yeah. That's how I got into politics.
Okay.
And been doing it now 18 years.
Wow.
Yeah. 12 years as council and 6 years as mayor.
So this is your second term?
Yes.
As mayor? Okay.
Second term, I came in unopposed. Nobody ran against me.
That says a lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
That says a lot.
Shouts out to Dog Man. Everybody, don't forget to like and share. Like and share for your boy. Please. The King's in here. We want to get this message out. We're sitting here with Mayor of Midway, Mayor Clancy. And he's doing a phenomenal job. And we just want to see him continue. And we got to give you shouts out, Mayor Clancy. I give you shouts out for taking on all of the phone calls. Taking on that sun outside when you don't want to be out there at the community events. You know what I'm saying? Yes. I thank you for having the thought for the people. And I challenge you to continue to do it and go even deeper. Because I know that we're to you, we're like peons, my brother and I. But when I say peons, I mean underlings. Like we're learning still.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You're one of the people that would be our mentor.
Right.
Because what we're doing now is we're wanting to get back to the community love. And see, with us being logical and you being wise and logical, the things that we might have that's radical in our mind, you can bring it down to a place to where we know we can get it done. And that's something that I believe is missing now. We need to link up so we can get these things done. So don't reach out.
Yes.
Because we're reaching out to you. You already see that.
Right,
We're going to reach out to you.
Yeah.
Now, as far as what Midway's got going on now, I know you told us that we have two truck stops. We have the JB Fuel, and then we have the Loves that's coming, and a possible hotel.
Right. And if you come back up 84 East 84, Subway is on the right.
Yes, sir.
95. And it's going to be a eatery place. I don't know what else he's going to put in, but he's breaking ground now. I set him over there this week, clearing the dirt, right next to used to be the old coastal building.
I know that.
Yeah,
Yep.
right there. So
Okay.
I know it's going to be outside eatery.
Oh, wow.
They're going to have some business office. All that's going to be in that spot right now.
Okay. Now, how do you feel about local businesses? Because around here, we got a lot of people that can throw down on these pots and pans.
I love local businesses. The few that we have, every time the city has something, we always call our local
vendors.
Yes.
And would you be down? And y'all, I'm putting Mr. Mayor on the spot. I'm sorry,
with it.
I got to do it. Would you be down for having like a community party, like actually bringing down like an artist? It doesn't have to be expensive. I know we in Midway. I'm aware of budgets.
Well, I'm gonna say this:
Yes, sir.
I'm for it, but it's not my call.
Okay.
I would have to take it to the council.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Understood.
Yes.
Understood. I just
But
want.
anything for the community to get together, I'm thinking they will be down for it.
Yes, sir.
We kind of had a Midway party with the Midway Festival, and that thing is getting bigger and bigger
is.
every
Yeah,
year.
it is. It is now. I do want it back at the Midway complex. I'm not gonna lie.
Is there any reason why it moved?
Well, the reason it moved, we couldn't have it last year. This year,
It was a year
having
before.
an event.
Yes.
It was having an event.
okay.
And then, if you remember, Mark, probably 2 years ago or something like that, the guy with the bouncy house came out and he bust the water line.
Oh yeah.
I think I did hear something about
Yeah.
that.
Hey, look, shouts out to you, Bounce, though. Yeah, look, shouts out, Wayne. Shouts out. But yeah.
But if you that power pole out there,
Yes, sir.
the city put that power pole out.
Okay. Yeah, for that. Yeah, so
for
they
that
can plug
event.
in.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Well,
Okay.
look, if the council agree, let's bring it back there because, well, hopefully next year that I'll be on the microphone again because I got some more ideas for the microphone too. It was just in K Creek, which is a beautiful area. It was hard for me because my mic would run out. I
Right.
couldn't get to everybody, and I like engaging. You know, I love engaging with the people. So if we are able to get it back there, I have some plans for us.
So what do you think about that field we used to park in? You know, that's a pretty big field.
That's a pretty big field. Now, the power would be my only thing. Is the we would have to run the generators, but that field that's a pretty open area,
Yeah.
and that would leave space for parking. People could probably park over there beside K Creek, you know.
Okay.
And then you also have the city hall right there, so people can use and utilize that parking. I think that would be nice also. I think it'd be
We
nice.
talked
also.
about that too.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The only thing I see is just the power because
Yeah.
look, we gonna run that system. You know what I mean? We gonna run it, and with the vendors that we have, let's see, we had an African vendor there. They had some amazing food. We had a
Oh, they was serving African food at the.
Yes.
Because this festival, I was in and out. I had so many things to do that day. I stopped by briefly, but I didn't get a chance to, take part in all the festivities.
check it out.
Yeah.
They did. Yeah, they had some good food, man.
Okay.
I mean, to be honest, man, every vendor out there has something really going on.
Okay.
All the way down from T-shirts to, I'm trying to think of their name. Is Newt? But anyways, they do arts and crafts.
Okay.
And he made me a staff that is just beautiful. And his wife works with crocheting and yarn. And we bought a Sonic the Hedgehog. We bought a lot of those things. And they were very appreciative people. Like when you have a community like Midway and people that are into doing stuff themselves, arts and crafts, all the way down to food, they really put their love into it. And they're nice people. I really didn't meet anybody that was kind of off put or just shunning me away. There were a lot of accepting people like, hey, yeah, this is nice, man. I love it here. Especially the new folks. You had the car show.
Right.
That was beautiful. And see, that was a part of, I couldn't make it down there because my mic wouldn't, reach. But things like this in the community is paramount now, man.
Yeah.
It's paramount because I can just envision, and I keep going back to the Midway complex. I apologize,
That's fine.
but I can envision that stage out there, and just groups coming up. I don't care if it's local, but we just put it together because Donald Lovett, what is it? I want to say the Cousineers or something.
They out of McIntosh County. Donald Lovett. Is it Donald with that?
Yeah, it's him and his family.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. Shouts out to DJ Terry. He was on the ones and twos.
Yes.
And it's just a phenomenal thing. And I would love to see us party out there, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
And have some local foods like Dog Man.
Yes.
They come out with the fish fry. Because when we get down now.
Yeah.
Now, Rice Fest, which is in Riceburg, that is a beautiful event, right?
Absolutely.
I want to see a little touch of something else down here. Maybe next year we can look into Juneteenth. Juneteenth, also, we have a festival going on, a Juneteenth fair that's going to be at the castle right there in Liberty County. You know where that is, up near Hinesville. There's going to be a Juneteenth fair, and CJ, that's your DJ, will be there. And also, I'll be doing a little bit of hosting there also with someone else. But the castle folks is it's owned by new people now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I believe they're. I believe they're of the darker complexion.
That's what I've heard.
But you talk about a Noun County, right?
No, right in Long County, the big, the castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Long County.
Yeah,
Oh,
Noun
yeah.
County.
Yep, right there, and they're doing that Juneteenth fair, and it's going to be bouncy houses out there for the children. They're going to have things out there for the adults, and they're also going to have, I believe, a musical act and entertainment. And see, that's something that I would love to start seeing in Liberty County, because they have the trail rides. Now let's just go ahead and bring it home, man.
Right.
Let's bring it home. No drama. No nothing, because at those trail rides that Dogman had with 12 Gauge Shotgun Club, wasn't a bit of drama, man.
Good.
Everybody had a good time. And that's what I would like to see. Now, Mr. Mayor, with you growing up in Liberty County, is there any time where sometimes you just take it to heart and you're like, man, how much passion does it give you to be from here and also be the mayor, man?
Well, me personally, like I said, I was in the military.
Yes, sir.
My dad got sick. That's what brought me back home.
Okay, sorry to hear that.
And when I got back, his health started,
Deteriorate.
he started back doing well.
Oh, okay.
He missed his boy.
Yeah,
His man.
That's what it was.
But my passion for Liberty County, for Midway and Liberty County,
Yes, sir.
I love it, and I will do anything for Liberty County and Midway. Something now, funding wise.
Yeah, I get that.
But other than that, I enjoy it. I love Midway. I love what I do for Midway, and I love what my citizens do for Midway, because it's not all me.
Right.
It's the citizens.
And
I can't do it without what they say. If they say that I can do it, I said, okay, let me
see what you can do.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand that it take a lot to get this stuff popping, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
It just don't happen
overnight.
Yeah.
Yes.
It could be 3-4 months.
Right.
But you can't tell them that.
No, you can't.
No.
I've learned that early, Mayor. Lord have mercy. They want you to move mountains. As soon as you take the oath, they want that mountain moved.
And one thing I can say, I learned not to promise nothing. I don't do that.
You said something earlier, and I like you said when they call, I'm gonna get back with you.
Yeah.
Okay, that way you get a chance to process it,
Right.
think about what you're gonna say, and move strategic about
Exactly.
it. That's wisdom.
Yes.
Yeah, because I know my brother Mitch, when he got into the position, they wanted him to move everything out of their way.
Expeditiously.
Expeditiously. But at the same time, as he's moving the objects, they're moving objects back in his way. So I don't understand their position.
Okay.
Can I get an amen?
Hey man, they changed the goalposts on you. Like, hold on, man.
And once again, you guys, you hear that we're talking about these things, and the thing that people keep missing is money. Right? You kind of, just like you pay bills, you got to work with what you got, right?
Exactly.
So that's why I believe a lot in community funding also. Like, if people really took it seriously, it don't take but maybe $1, $2, $5 from a lot of citizens. And then that way, here we are sourcing our own event. You put $5 in, but people want to complain about that. Well, I ain't going. It ain't always about you.
Right.
Because that next person that you help enjoy themselves, because a lot of families don't have it like that, man.
That's true.
I have 6 children, 5 girls and 1 boy. Do you realize that when we go out to eat, it's like I'm eating at Roof Chris.
Right. Everywhere.
Everywhere. Like I'm eating at Roof Chris. It's going to be at least $150.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Buffet pizza. Well, I can get away with it at Pizza Hut, Domino's, and Papa John's. I can get away with it there.
Pizza Hut going up too.
Yeah, man, that's a trip.
Yeah, man.
And
You're gonna have to become a couponer.
Do you? Oh, dang. I thought about it. That'd have to be Nita. I couldn't. My wife had to do
Hey,
that.
the coupon ain't work. It look
I heard. It looks like it's easier said than done. Them people be leaving out of there with dollars. I was like, how you get all that? You get $2 back? Are you serious?
Everybody in line behind them be pissed.
Yeah, right. So, but
Let me tell you this, Mark.
yes, sir.
King,
Yes, sir.
with my council, okay, our charter, we don't have funding in the budget for 501c and stuff like that. We don't do it. But what we do as a council, mayor and council, we come out of our pocket
Oh wow.
and we give to different organizations, you know.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's what we
Wow. You see that?
Yeah.
See, Mitch, you're not the only one.
Right. I take my hat off to y'all for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, that's a big step up, man.
Yeah.
That's a big step up. And do you see us heading in the right direction right now? If there was something that you could change right now, what would it be, Mr. Mayor? He in that truck right now, y'all. He riding. He riding.
What would I change? Just in the city of Midway.
Yes, sir. Midway.
City of Midway. I would change. A lot of folks might get mad at me, but hey,
Yeah, we got your back.
Right.
that would be one thing I would change. I would put money in the budget for 501c and other organizations that need help. I would say let me see, the homeless, stuff like that. And then I would, if Midway had the money, we have the property, but if we had the money, I would build tiny homes for the. That's one thing I would do.
That's beautiful.
That's one thing I would do.
Yeah.
That's beautiful because once again, right back to the community, man.
Yeah.
Right.
And this crowdfunding, if everybody don't know, just like y'all be going on there for the what do they call it when people don't have insurance, the GoFundMe's.
Oh yeah.
Right.
GoFundMe.
So if we switch that around and we threw up a community page for Midway and it had GoFundMe, all of the people that's complaining will complain even more. Isn't that
yeah.
a trip?
Yeah.
Instead of just saying, you know what, this is for, even if you don't have children that's involved right now, but you know there's children out there.
Yeah.
You saying, you know, I can give $5 for that.
Yeah.
You're going to go spend that $5 on something crazy
You're
anyway.
gonna blow it anyway.
You're going to blow it anyway. That's one less scratch off. Look, like for real.
Yeah.
One less scratch off. And to see everyone come together with a big event,
Yeah.
because Midway Day blew my mind, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had 300 bags, and we gave all those bags away. We had stuff that was not in bags,
Right. Right.
so I know we had, I'm gonna say 500 people.
Oh,
in
wow.
and out.
That's awesome. That's what's up, man.
Now, with being mayor, what are some of the challenges you face?
Water bills.
That bill gonna keep coming too.
You can't tell them that. Hey, and you know that's we don't have property taxes.
Oh, I didn't realize
Well,
that.
city tax.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't have city tax.
Okay.
Liberty County gets it all. So what Midway rely on is utilities.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Mitch, can you relate to that?
Very
Continue.
much so.
Yeah, that's what we rely on.
Okay.
But every month, it's about I'll say 10, 15 of them.
Yeah.
We got to cut them. And then they story that they forgot.
Yeah.
But how do you forget?
How you forget? You don't forget to brush your teeth. Hopefully.
Exactly.
Hopefully.
That's number one. Drainage issue is number 2. But getting back to the housing area, they build them in the swamp.
And pack dirt on it.
Exactly. And when they do the drainage, you know where Hunter Ridge is at.
Yes, sir.
Now that water supposed to drain from Hunter Ridge all the way to Cave Creek.
Oh wow.
What?
I'm telling you.
What?
And
Does it even slope right to do that?
Man, no, man, K Creek way down the road.
Creek way up the road.
Yeah,
Okay.
we talking about midway, middle that road, and a little bit before that.
All that supposed to go to Cave Creek. But if you ride out 84 and you look in the woods, what do you see? Water.
Yeah.
Land and water. So it's nothing I can do.
Right.
The beaver goes out there and build a dam, blocks it up, and when they do the drainage, it's like a square. One ditch leads back into the next ditch.
Yeah.
So
Man,
it's nothing I can do.
you know the logistics of that is, man? God, dog.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Man, well, Mr. Mayor, I understand that you have a lot going on, and I just really want to tell you I thank you.
Yes.
You're an inspiration to many, and maybe if some want to be mad at you, that's their problem.
Yeah.
That's their problem, because as I see it, a lot of people are good at talking
Yeah.
and complaining, but if any of that action was put on them,
Right.
they would probably underperform what they thought. They'll think about one thing, the one thing they want to change, and then when they realize there's 1,500 other ones,
Yeah.
then that's when they realize, oh well, I thought he just sit around until I complain and he
Right.
go fix him.
Right. That's true. Because I remember making a presentation at a council meeting, and it was a constituent. He was a doctor. I don't know a doctor or what, but he had his complaints. I'm just saying he introduced himself as a doctor, and he had his complaints about everything I was presenting. So I'm like, all right, sir, my door is open, and if you have any issues, if you have a better idea, I will embrace it.
Right.
Please come to me with it.
Solutions.
Haven't heard from him since. This has been months.
Okay.
You know, so I mean, I get it. I get it, and I can only imagine as mayor, you get it even more.
Yeah.
You know.
And the solutions part.
Right.
We got problems. What I do is if I have even with you, King Boston, if I have a problem with you,
Right.
I come about the problem, and at the same time when we're in the conversation, I'm gonna say, well, this is what I feel the solution would be. I just don't come with the problem and be like, hey man, this is my problem.
Right.
And it's on you to fix it.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the problem now. But I want you,
Right. Right.
you Councilman Boston, I want you to fix it. Mr. Mayor, now I've seen prairie dogs in my yard for the last 4 years. And I know it's because y'all don't have the drainage done. But I want you to get rid of them. I'm tired of seeing them in my yard. It's because of the city, and it's because of you. When you took office, you brought prairie dogs to put in my yard and root up my yard. And that's my main issue. Right. Now, you said I can't shoot them. Like, look, it'll go on on with problems.
Yes. You're not
with
gonna
no
please
answer.
everybody.
You're not going to please everybody.
Right. You can't.
And that's the thing that I believe a lot of our public officials go through. But to the ones that are doing good and you see them out here doing good, why don't you say something?
Right.
Hey, Mr. Mayor, it's good to see you here.
Right. Give them their flowers.
Give them their flowers.
Yeah.
Stop just giving them all your problems and issues.
Right.
Yeah.
Like these people, these kings and queens that are in these positions, they deal with life a lot, and then they have to deal with their own personal life.
Right. And these people talk to you crazy now.
Oh yeah.
Like, come on, man. I'm a child of God, just like you, allegedly. You know.
Man, I was trying to think of that song by golly, what is it? God ain't done with me yet. I'll slap you.
I know exactly the one you talking about.
Yes.
I see his face.
Yes, you know his face.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Man, Mr. Mayor, we gotta let you do that song.
Because I throw hands.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Yes. And a lot of times y'all think that these politicians don't want to throw hands, but you'd be surprised. Keep pushing.
Right. Keep pushing.
Keep pushing. You gonna catch one quick. He's gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna have to resign for a couple of days. I'm so sorry. Put some ice on it.
Right.
And the spider web.
With the spider web with the fat back with the penny.
And the copper penny.
That's right.
Mr. Mayor, look, we really enjoyed you. Right now, we're coming to the part to where I want you to tell the community how you feel or anything, any advice you want to give them, any free game. And before we get to that part, I want everybody right now, tap the screen, go to YouTube, type in Black Kings Free Game, and I want you guys to hit that subscribe button. I also want you that if you see anything crawling around your house and you don't know what it is, please call Magnum Pest Control. That's 1-844-MAGNUM-1. That's 1-844-MAGNUM-1.
We will kill all your problems.
And all of it. I like to call him the serial killer of bugs, but
yes, sir.
So, Mr. Mayor, what is it that you would like to say to your Midwayans?
Well, what I would like to tell my Midwayans is that any issues, and if I can help, please don't hesitate. My door is open. Open door policy. But make sure it is something within the guidelines. Don't come with, foolishness.
Mm-hmm.
They can't come by their prairie dogs, man.
No.
Why not?
And please, whatever you do, follow your dreams.
Yes.
And keep God's first.
Amen.
And it'll work out.
King Boston, what is it that you would like to tell the good kings and queens that are watching right now, and the prince and princesses?
Well, I mean, I would like to salute you, Mayor Clancy, the rest of the council for the city of Midway, for all of you all's hard work. As a resident of Liberty County, oftentimes we look to you all because y'all are right there by 95. Y'all that artery, that leads people to Liberty County. So exactly, and it's great hearing that y'all have projects in place that are going to bring people off of the road so that they're not stopping in Brunswick or Richmond Hill. And I just know that you all are going to continue to build on Midway and develop it, and it'll help lead them more in the Hinesville. And a thriving Midway is a thriving Liberty County.
There you go.
Yes.
So I salute y'all for that.
Thank you.
Man, that was amazing. A thriving Midway.
And I would say
is a
this.
thriving Liberty County.
At all decisions, even when I was on council, last 18 years, all decisions that I've made and I put out there, I was able to go home and sleep at night because I know that was the right decision.
Right.
I never went home and toss and turn. Never.
That's what's
And
up.
I got 2 more years.
No, don't be saying
heard
it
it.
like
2
that.
more.
He said 2 more. But
Don't say it like you're not running for re-election,
Yeah,
sir.
that-
I'm not gonna say that.
Okay, I'm about to say
that.
yes, sir.
You gotta keep it pushing, man.
Yep.
I'm going to stay on
Right.
probably on council. Yes.
Oh, do y'all have term limits as mayor?
Yes.
I see what you're
Yes.
saying. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, we have term limits.
Gotcha.
And I've had folks come to me and say, "Hey, you need to change it."
Yeah, y'all can do that.
Yeah, they got to go through the.
They go through the steps. You know, you got the backing.
Yeah.
You went unopposed last time.
Yeah. Well, what's the term limits? How many times can you run?
Twice.
2 terms.
Two
Two
terms.
terms.
2 4-year terms.
Oh wow. Okay, I get it now. I get it.
But I know some municipalities,
President.
right? The council could the council approve you to run a 3rd term if they so choose?
I have to read the charter on that.
Okay.
Okay.
Just a little something to put out
Little,
there,
little
you know?
something. He threw that out there quick. You heard that, Mr. Mayor said. Okay, all
Let me
right.
go check that charter right quick.
I got you light-skinned, brother. Okay, all right. Look, everyone, what I want to say to you, kings, queens, and princes, is you got to envision a dream. Once you grab that vision, start doing little small things to bring it into fruition. Just like you see here, it took a vision and a dream, and you got to start putting the pieces together to build it. That's the same thing with Mayor Clancy. You got to have a vision and a dream. For even Midway Day to happen, there had to be a vision and a dream. It involved many people standing on one purpose. And that's something that we need to continue to have. We need to see younger folks at some of these meetings. We need to see younger folks around our leaders so that they can teach you how to do it. Because a lot of folks, look, we getting up in age and you get tired of all that and you ready to pass it to someone, but you don't want to pass it to someone irresponsible.
Right.
You want to see somebody that's going to do a gooder job or a better job than what you've done. And that's how you start building a legacy. That part isn't about just a family legacy. That's about a legacy of purpose.
Yes.
So kings and queens, do not forget that every day you walk around, you're a legacy of purpose. Not just for your family, but also your community. Because you got people looking at all times.
Yes.
And they're looking up to you. This is Black Kings Free Game, King Condor, the People's Champ, and we're here with the Honorable Mayor Clancy, and we appreciate you for coming. And right now,
having me.
yes, sir. And we're out.